Hello and welcome to part 2 of my alchemy guide, where I'm just running through my leveling up and building up the profession of alchemy with my character here, Awakening, to get him into a profitable state for BfA alchemy. So last time in part 1 we got ourselves up to 175 in our alchemy skill, so we've maxed out that. We did spend a rather large amount of gold to do that, so let's look at our list of goals and see where we're at now. So this was my list as I left it before. So we had the alchemy checklist. Gather spare benthic parts. I passed any spare ones down to Awakening here. Look out for work order world quests. I've been doing that every now and again. Get revered in all factions for rank 3, so that's emissaries, quests, mission table, and especially the Waveblade and Cone rep. Level alchemy to 150. Well, we surpassed that. We went all the way to 175 and do the Silas quest. So I've been doing some research as to what I really need to focus on next, and of these, the main things are really the Silas quest and getting rank 3 in all of the 8.2 recipes. So I can probably skip a lot of the earlier ones. So the main rep I'd need to focus on is Ancone rep, but that's not the whole story. There's other stuff we'll need to do. So I've expanded this into another checklist, which is this one. So now I've split all the different things, all the different rank 3 recipes that I'm going to be focusing on, and we also have the Silas quest down here and all the things I need to focus on in that case. So the main things, let's look at this in a bit more detail. So for the rank 3 recipes I'm going to be looking at, so the greater flasks, they come from work orders, so I just need to keep an eye out for those. Some of the potions come from a dungeon, the rank 3 there, Abyssal Healing, Unbridled Fury and Wild Mending, so I'm going to have to do Operation Mechagon to get those. A couple of the potions do need Naga Revered, so I'll work on that as time goes. It's going to be one of those long-term goals really with that one. And then some of these battle potions, there's quite a few of them that are world drops from Naga, and I'm led to believe that it's the Nagas that will drop these mainly, so I need to make sure I do these. And then in my research into the Silas quest, the quest itself seems to be fairly short, but I will need a lot of different things in order to actually make the Silas sphere, the tool of the trade. So I will need to make a mystical cauldron. One of the reagents for that is a Hydra core, so I'll need to do at least one heroic dungeon for that. And all of these other things are drops from dungeons, and they're all different dungeons as well. So I'm going to have to do Waycrest Manor, Atal Dazar, the Motherlode, and Tol Dagor. I've never done any of these dungeons apart from Waycrest Manor, so that's going to be new and interesting for me. So all of that kind of wraps up into an overarching goal, which is do dungeons, which is going to be all of these ones, do world quests in Naga for reputation, and kill the Naga for the rank 3s. So now I have more of a concise focus as to what I want to do next. So let's pop into Awakening and see where we're at with the rank 3s, because I may have got a couple of those already. Right, so here we are in Naga, and straight off the bat I've got a work order greater flask of the Undertow. So that's fantastic, that's a great start. Let's see which ones we've already got. So I don't have any of the greater flasks. Yep, it looks like there's just 4 of them there that I need to look out for. So I've already got this Dimitri's Draft of Deception at rank 3. Not sure how I got that one. But these greater flasks I definitely need to do. Now it may be worth my while just to buy these off the auction house if I'm not that efficient. Let's see what the TSM crafting cost is on these. Yeah, it looks like all of these are negative at the moment, so I may be better off just buying those. I need 2 of them, greater flask of the Undertow, so let's look for those. Just space here, let's move outside. So let's look for greater flask of the Undertow. There's some here for 1,800 each, and my crafting cost is coming in at 2,300 currently, so I'll definitely need 2 of these to buy. So 1, and thankfully I can just buy singles there, so that's 2. Let's go pick those up. And one of my viewers very kindly sent me some fresh herbs, so that's got me started as well, but let's pick everything up for now. So big thank you to Tranquility for that. There we go. So rank 3, this will help us. Now at the moment, also bearing in mind the Darkmoon Faire is on, so in order to maximise my reputation I really ought to go to the Darkmoon Faire and collect up the reputation buff for that. So let's go do that. I just clicked on the wrong portal. There's Stormwind. This is new. I've not actually been to the fair before on this character.
Light bless you.
There we go, that's done. Now we need to head on back to Naga. Now unfortunately my Hearthstone is set to the Golden Lantern in Pandaria, so I'm going to have to go back to Stormwind. So I'm going to go through Dalaran to do that. Let's also just check here for any world quests that might be useful. Nope, I don't see any others, so let's carry on. Okay, so now we can hand that quest in.
Have you come to examine my wares? Return when you can.
So there we go, our first rank 3. Hasn't come through yet, so let's just learn that one. So it's still saying a negative minus 589, even at rank 3. So I'm going to have to rely on the Silas buff to get a decent proc rate in order to be able to make that at a profit. Some of these do show a profit though, the Lightfoot potion being one of them, and these superior battle potions are currently showing a profit, which is kind of interesting. That one's the biggest one, but a 0.04 sale rate doesn't seem to be very good, whereas these are all a small profit. So we've done that one. So other things we've got here, we've got dungeons we'll need to do, and we also have to try and see if we can get some of these superior battle potions. So we've also, before we can really do any of these dungeons, we really need to do the beginning part of the Silas quest. So we need to get that sorted out. But one of the dungeons we can do without having to do Silas is Operation Mechagon. So one of the things we could do in this case is, depending on the time I have, I could queue up for the Operation Mechagon whilst doing the world drop for these to see if I can get those. And also, if there's any quests around killing the Nagas, then I can do those and get some reputation at the same time. Now I think, for the safety of everyone involved, I'm going to change to a DPS spec, because I don't feel that confident tanking or healing as a druid at this stage, even though I'm going to be doing normal dungeons. So I'm going to go back to balance spec and see if I can remember how to play that. Let me check my talents. So I'm thinking Typhoon would be better, because that's a good one for dungeons for doing mass interrupts. And I think I might change this one to Twin Moons, because I heard that's quite good. I might swap this one over to Nature's Balance. Renewal could be useful if I get myself in a pickle, probably more so than the Bound Backwards. So let's try that. We've got some PvP talents we haven't picked here. Okay, so I probably won't have time to do a dungeon tonight, so I'm going to carry on and just see if I can do the Nagas and maybe some quests over in that direction. So apparently down here is a good place to get them. Let's go have a look over there. Looks like there's a herb down here. Don't want to miss that out. Here we go. We are in combat, so... Right, let's try... I need to move this into our rotation. I'll adjust this as I go. Make it a bit more efficient. I think if I'm going to pull with that, I want that to be number 1. Okay, that was quite good. Let's go and try the other Naga area. See how that works.
My subjects seek to earn my favor by collecting your hand. Who am I to refuse their loyalty?
Just going to jump into bear form here and die. This time I need to keep my distance if I'm going to do this. Plus looting the boss would be useful. That was better. Okay, let's continue on. We need to go this way, I believe.
If there's one thing I've learned about dealing with Naga, it's that you have to strike.
There we go. So we want to be in here. I think I might try bear form for the moment. We'll go a little bit quicker. Okay, nothing as yet. Let's go hand these back in. At least we got some extra reputation. I've lost my Darkmoon Faire buff, unfortunately. I'm just going to go ahead and hand these in, because I don't have that much time. We do actually have one more to do here for an emissary, which would be very useful for our reputation. We are just on the final straight towards Revered, so that would be useful. Okay, so let's find a quick-ish world quest we can do. This one would be good. Time for revenge. 15 Naga forces slain. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone with that one. Let's see if I've got a flight path to that end. So there's the extra rep for that, and we might as well finish off this Murloc quest. We need another 5 Murlocs. There's a cave over here somewhere. There we go, that's all that done. So this would be a good place to keep on hunting for these things, because when there's a world quest on like that, there's rapidly lots of people coming around. So this is somewhere to come back to. But for now we're just going to finish up and hand in these quests. Okay, make sure I've got my buff and I've got my contract. That's a nice sizable chunk of reputation, so that's getting me closer to Revered, which is one of the goals. We didn't get any luck with any potion rank 3 drops there, but I'm sure if we carry on in that area, we'll keep up with that. And next time I have a larger chunk of time, I'll at least queue up for some dungeons. And then I also need to get started on the Silas quest, and that's the next thing to do. Before I finish off this video, I'd like to go through just a few things I could possibly do to start actually making a profit with alchemy. I know I can carry on with doing the rank 3 searching, doing the dungeons and things like that as time goes on, but what can I do to actually help the profession earn some money? So if we look at alchemy at the moment, there's one thing I haven't touched upon yet, which was suggested to me by several people, and that was the transmutes, the transmutation. I haven't done any of this yet, but we do have transmute herbs to anchors, which with the current prices of anchorweed, this is a very useful thing to do every day. Now currently I've already done it today, and I got 10 anchorweed from doing this in the satchel. So you have this, it takes 5 of each of the herbs, and the crafting cost, TSM is telling me that the crafting cost is 317. Now if I look at that at the price of actual anchorweed itself, you can find some here. So anchorweed currently has a mat cost of 321. So that one daily, for me at the moment, because it costs me 317, which is about the price of 1 anchorweed, I'm getting another 9 anchorweed for free. So that's, for me right now, definitely worth doing. And if the prices are the same on your server, I certainly recommend doing that too. So that's one thing you can do to make some gold at the moment. The second thing is I'm going to have a look at, let's clear this queue, have a look at what I can actually make that's a profit at the moment, and start making up some lists of things to make and setting up some TSM groups for this. So looking at this at the moment, well, I'm looking at profit and sale rate at the moment. So Potion of Unbridled Fury, a 0.51 sale rate and 151 profit. So I would say that's a definite for the list. Looking at the auctions there, I've got 2 in my bags at the moment. There's currently 27 auctions at the moment, so that'll be one to have. We've already got some in my bags, so why don't we make up a group of this? Whilst I remember it, I'll go through one by one. Ideally what I'd have is one of everything here, and then only craft them when they're a profit. But this might be easier for me to just make up groups at the moment, start slow and build it up, because things will probably change once I get the rank 3s and once I start introducing the proc rate of the rank 3s and the Silas Sphere. So there'll be some more advanced TSM stuff going on in the future. But right now I can start off with some basic groups. So with our groups at the moment, let's have a look at this. We've got potions and then battle potions here. So superior battle potions, and then these ones, these are fire damage and things like that, and these ones are intellect. So different things for different uses. I don't know what kind of sale rate these are going to have. So let's start with something simple here, the potion, these potions here. So let's start with a group and call it potions. I'd probably call this something like this is all part of BfA anyway, so I'm going to make a main group called BfA Alchemy, and I'll just call this potions for now. We can always expand on this later. So maybe let's increase our base group here to be just Alchemy, and inside Alchemy we will click and drag, pop in herbs and potions. So this first one, Unbridled Fury, we're going to add that one in. I've got a whole load of stuff in my bags here, so let's just find the ones we want. Some of these I can add in later, because some of these are quite good that I've sold in the past, but I'm going to just focus on the BfA ones at this point. So let's add in Potion of Unbridled Fury. What else is good on here? Let's just flip between these two windows whilst we're looking. So this one, Wild Mending, only seems to have a sale rate of 0.06, so my first instinct is that's not worth it. The crafting cost is 239. There's currently 21 auctions on at the moment, so I might leave that one at the moment. Let's have a look at the Abyssal Healing Potion. This was the one I used to level up with, so I have a lot of these. I've got 33 in total, and there are quite a lot of auctions on there, 157. So I think I might add that one as well, although I may find myself against a lot of competition with that one. So Abyssal Healing Potion, let's add that one in. And then looking down this list, Superior Battle Potion at 0.31 sale rate, Battle Potion of Strength. I mean, all of these do have like a small gold amount here, but they're wildly varying in terms of sale rate, either 0.06 there or 0.3 or 0.5. So my instinct is to just stick with the ones that are A, a profit, and B, a reasonable sale rate, and start with those first. So do we actually have any of these? We haven't actually made any of these before, so let's just queue up one of those so we can make that. And then moving on down here, we also have a Coastal Mana Potion. That apparently seems to be doing quite well at 128 and 0.32. I wonder if any of these are a hand-in as well, I don't know. There's 39 auctions of those, although looking at that, that's interesting. The min buyout is currently 147, but the market value's 99 and the region market value is 24. So that's really artificially inflated. Looks like someone's really pushed up the prices on that one. So I'm not sure whether that's actually worth doing. Let me just double check on these other ones. We've got a Potion of Bursting Blood here. Again, that one looks like it's been pushed up. My crafting costs of 129 gold. If we were normally on our market value of 77, that wouldn't be worth it. I'm looking at the region market average of 84. Again, exercise caution on that perhaps. Let's just double check these. That one seems more reasonable. That seems more steady. And this one, Unbridled Fury, again seems more reasonable, matching region value as well. So we've currently in our list, let's just move this over, we've got Unbridled Fury and Healing Potion. So I've got the Healing, Unbridled Fury, and the other one here was superior battle potion of strength, which we've just made. So we need to add that one in. I might have to reload that one. I'll just have a look. Go to my groups, potions, superior battle potion of strength. Okay, we want to add that one in. So these are the three we're going to start off with our experimental stage. Obviously I'm going to flesh this out a lot more, but I want to just start making some gold and start recouping back all that gold I spent. So let's start with something like this. I've got no idea how many to sell and at what quantities or in what kind of stack sizes. So let's look at the group operations here, and we'll actually make a shopping operation so we can see what the market's like on each of these. So let's make a new one. I have my shopping average by operation that I made for the BfA herbs. So let's have a look at that. Actually, we could use a different one here because these are going to be based off our crafting cost. Let's make up a new operation, and then instead of this, let's add that in as well, but first let's use crafting as our percentage, and then if there isn't a crafting, then use DB market, and we'll call this operation shopping crafting. And then I'll keep everything above normal price. Show me everything else, that should be fine. Make sure I press enter to make that happen. And we go back to our group and have a look at our potions, and then our group operation shopping crafting. Okay, so this will give us an idea to just look at stack sizes. So now we can go into our auctions, have a quick look at this. This is basically just setting up the group and getting ourselves ready. So potions, run a shopping scan, just see what kind of prices each of these are. And also let's have a look at what kind of stack sizes they all are. So we've got singles there, got stacks of 10 there, and stacks of 20 there. That's at the bottom end. So we've got stacks of 10, stacks of 20, and a few of 5. Interesting range there. Then here there's a good mix of 10s, 20s, and then sort of odd bits and pieces. And the healing potions, there's lots of stacks of 20 here, and a few singles as people have got various bits and pieces in. Looking at the price ranges here, 199 is the lowest. Crafting cost is currently 80, and then going all the way up, to 450 there, so quite a range. Looking about 214 seems to be a good midpoint there. And then the same with the battle potions, that's quite steady at 419, 420. We're just getting an idea of the prices of the market at the moment. So we would look to have, I think, a mix of stacks of 20, stacks of 10, stacks of 5, and maybe some singles. So I'd probably make a number of auction operations for these. So let's go over to our group again, and then let's make a auctioning operation. Let's make several of them. So let's start with a new operation, and we're going to call this, we'll keep it at potions for now, but it could apply to anything really in multiple stacks. So we will do 20, let's think of the naming convention we're going to use for this. Let's call this stack 20 times 5 or something like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to turn on match stack size for these, and everything else will leave on at the same for that. And then we're going to change this to 48. So post cap to 5, but stack size we're going to keep at 20 for this. Allow partial stack, no, that's off. Keep a certain amount in bags, we'll leave that at the moment. Price settings bid amount, let's make that a little bit lower so it's a bit tempting. Let's say 93%. And then let's look at our prices. So we're going to really base this off of crafting to start off with. So let's use a percentage of crafting. I'm thinking with these, there's always going to be a case if there's always going to be some on the market. So I can always adjust this later. So I'll stick with the max crafting. So minimum at the least possible is going to be 110% crafting. This is kind of my standard operation I would use. So 110% crafting. So the maximum between either that or let's have a look at, say, well, let's leave the rest off for the moment. Let's just keep it at crafting and see what kind of prices we get. It's kind of keep it simple for the moment. I'll keep the max in there so we can add to it later. So just going to copy that, press enter for that. And then we're going to base this off of maximum price will be, let's say 100, and well, no, we want at least double how much we're going to make. So we want at least sort of 300% crafting. The maximum. So when below minimum, don't post items. When above maximum, post at maximum. And then normal price, we're going to say want to make a healthy profit of, say, 200%. This may or may not work on its own. I'll probably have to add to this, but as a basis, we're just going to make this just on crafting for the moment and then adjust it later. So now that I've got that one, I'm going to make up several other ones as well. So let's copy this and then edit this. So we want, let's stick with 5 again. Let's do stacks of 10 this time. 10 times 5, so posting, change the stack size to 10. And again, we're matching stack size here. And then we're also going to do a copy of that. Then how many stacks of 5 do we want? Maybe just 2. Let's keep it let's keep it down to about 4. Let's keep it conservative. I'm going to put a 0, 5 in here, just so that it will be ordered in the same number. Match stack size, crafting. We could adjust all these prices so that the single stacks we try and sell cheaper than the higher stacks. But that might work out anyway because we're matching the stack size of other people. So we're going to change this to stack size of 5 and the maximum amount to 4. And then copy that one last time because we're going to do some singles as well. And it would make sense to have 5 stacks of 1. And this time we're not going to match stack size. And then this time the post cap we're going to have is 5 and the stack size is going to be single. So that's going to be the last thing we do. So if we were to add this up, we need to work out how many we're going to need to make to stock up enough for all of this. So potion stack 20 times 5, that might be too many, I wonder. Maybe I should lower this down. How many would this be in its current format? So that would be 100, 150, then another 20, so 175 we would have to make. There's 175 potions we'd have to make there. And let's have a look in our actual potions. How many do we make per? So that just crafts 1, that crafts 1, so you don't make multiples of them anyway by the looks of these things. So what we would have to do, let's just have a look at this and see how much we would have to make, whether we could even afford to make that many. Let's go through, we'll need to make a crafting operation for this. So we're going to go potions, go to our group operations, crafting, we're going to make a big one here, we're going to call it potions, I'm just going to call it crafting 175. So maximum restock quantity 175, minimum we want that to be 175 as well, so we want to always have at least 175 in there. Minimum profit, so we want to have a profit here and we want to base it off of crafting. So I'm going to go with just a simple 20% crafting, so that's on top of the crafting cost. Alright, let's try that and see what it comes out with. I may have got that number wrong, but we can come back and check it in a moment. So that is applied to our group of potions. So we've got all those 3 on there, and we have 20 times 5 is 1. We need to add the other operations in there, so we'll start with the big stacks and work our way down. So then do 10, then do 5, then do singles. So you'll start off post 20 stacks of 5s, then 10 stacks of 5, 5 stacks of 4, 4 stacks of 5, and then 5 stacks of 1, and then crafting 175. So we should be able to make these. Let's see if we can actually have enough herbs for that. It'll be interesting if we don't, but let's have a look. So we'll go to our group, go to our potions, restock selected groups, and nothing's come up yet. So let's just try and test this out with a reload. Or it may be that I've got those numbers in wrong. Or it may be my minimum profit at 20% crafting isn't working out right. Could be a number of things. Let's go to our alchemy, restock selected groups. No, this hasn't come through. Okay, so troubleshoot this. It's been a while since I've done something from scratch. So my first instinct would be, say, that crafting operation where I had it at 1. I wonder if that should really be, where I had it at 175, sorry. I wonder if it really should be at 1. So I'll edit this operation, minimum of 1. Let's keep it at that, maximum of 175. Let's try that, see if that actually makes a difference. There we go. So as I suspected, that was the wrong thing to put in. So we need to make 142 abyssal healing potions, 173 of these, 174 of those. So that's a lot of potions. Estimated profit of 56,000 if those all sold, but that's quite a lot of stock it would seem. Gathering wise, we're missing, oh look at that, 2,488 zenithid. That's way too much than what I've got at the moment, and I'm not sure the market's ready for that yet. So I'm going to have to vastly reduce my quantities here. That's not really enough from what I've got at the moment. So let's just make a rethink of this. Let's reduce my numbers down. So let's look at the operations. So let's edit, so 20 times 5. Let's go right down 20 times 1. We can keep the other post caps here. Actually, let's just change that to 1, and then 10 times 2. Change the posting here, 2, and 5 times 2. We're wanting to just gauge the market, not exactly dominate it. And then 1 times 5 for that should be fine. So that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 potions we need to make instead. So we'll change our crafting operation as well. Instead of crafting 175, we'll reduce that right down to crafting 55, which seems more reasonable at the moment as we're just starting this out. Okay, so let's try that again. So we can go through crafting, we'll clear this queue, and then we'll go back to the group and do a restock. Okay, that's much better. Interestingly, does that mean I've already got a lot of the other ones? Because that's a big reduction. I only need to make 3 of those and 4 of those, and none of the other one. Something doesn't seem right. How many have I got? The abyssal healing potions, I've got lots of those. So that will explain that one. Because I remember I used them for leveling up. Where are they? They're here. Abyssal healing potions. We actually have 33 on us at the moment. Well, that's interesting. That's only 33. Where's the rest gone? Let me just double check this again. Let's clear the queue, do a reload. If in doubt, always do a reload. And then let's just have a look and see what this says. That's again done the same. So I would expect that to be different. Let me just have a look at my operation again. So group, potions, group operation, crafting 55. Check the settings of this and 20%. There we go. We've got the 5. Simple mistakes, but it's worth checking them. So rather than 5, it should be 55. Then hopefully we should come back here, clear this queue again. And there we go. So we've got 22 abyssal healing potions we need to make, unbridled fury and potion of strength. We're missing some stuff still though, because that's orange. So let's just check gathering here, and it is still zenithid. We need 568 and we've only got 226. What kind of quantities are these on the auction house? Is this way above what I need? Let's have a look. So we have a mat cost currently of 39 gold. So we actually got some very cheaply compared to the current min buyout of 77, so that will affect our profits greatly looking at that. So let's have a look. Let's go shopping. So that will be throwing out our profit margins quite a lot, that zenithid being at rank 2. So yes, you can see here someone's reset the market on that to 150%. If I shift click on this whilst it's, whoops, went too far there. Shift click on it. Oh, I missed it. Let's try again. We'll just let the scan go through. So it's the zenithid that's doing me out here. So looking at that, if we were to buy that at 59, then the next one's up at 76. How's the market actually looking for this? Region market is 59. So it does look like we are at a bit of a spike here. I could maybe take this 185, and I wonder how much that's going to change my profit margins. Because going from 39 seems unreasonably cheap actually, so I should probably buy this just to get my numbers a bit more accurate. So I'm going to buy that. Cost me about 10,000, 11,000 gold for all of those, so that's quite a big price hike.
If you find anything exotic,
let me just open that up from the mail and we'll get that out, and then we can adjust our averages accordingly. We haven't got enough space. Okay, what can we get rid of or clear out? Well, we have the Greater Flask. We haven't learned that one actually. That was from a world quest today. Let's start with that one. And then a lot of this stuff I really need to clear out. There we go. That's cleared a little bit of space. So hopefully we can just collect that up. So now this should change things slightly. So this zenithid is now at a average purchase price of 49. So let's have a look at our alchemy and see whether that's still a profit for us. It's gone down a little bit. Abyssal healing is now at 100. Unbridled fury is at 93. And superior battle potion of, was it strength? It was. Look at that, that's now down to -2. So really we shouldn't be making this based off of that. So if we clear the queue on this and redo it again, that shouldn't come through now. Yes, exactly, it's come out of this too. So that's good, because that was a false profit really. So we'll stick with this one for now, a 7,000 potential profit. Let's just stick with these two. And then we can obviously add all the other potions in and only craft them when they are a profit. But we just want to start the ball rolling with these. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves just at this stage. So we'll craft all these up. I need a crafting enchant on my gloves. This is too slow. I could make one from Samadan, but it might be just as easy to buy one. Let's see what prices they are. Enchant gloves, Culterian crafting. Yeah, we got mine there at 75. the crafting cost is actually only 40, but for convenience sake I'm just going to literally just buy one. Sometimes time is money. Let's we'll have to use the standard one because I've only got not enough space on this. We'll do that. Okay, and then our gloves, we have our benthic gloves, so let's take our Cultiran crafting and add them to this. We also need to get another set of gloves with Cultiran herbalism, but we'll stick with the crafting for now, as we're going to be making a lot of potions. So now we'll do the craft next. That's a lot faster. Hopefully I'll have enough bag space to make this second lot. I've only got 2 there, so I really need to clear my bags out. In fact, I'll just clear a bit of space now. Okay, that's a little bit of space. That's all I need for now. Come and do the rest properly later. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you noticed that whilst I was crafting those, but the price of the profit of these two started going down even less as I was crafting them. That was because I had more Zenithid on me than I had bought, so that when I started using up my excess stock, then TSM could work out that only the latest stuff I bought was based on the average price of the stuff that I just recently bought, so therefore my average price of Zenithid actually got lower and lower, or rather higher and higher. So if you now look at my Zenithid price, it's now at 59 based off my average purchase price. So that's a more accurate number now. Right, so let's post those on. Go through here, go to auctioning, potions, and run a post scan. So it's saying some of these are below min price, which is based off of the superior battle potion, which now is a negative value. And then looking at the unbridled fury, the crafting cost of that is now 360. So some of these are going on. So the abyssal healing potions, they're all in a profit. So let's have a look at this. Interestingly, the deposit cost is quite high. So 1 stack of 20, 2 stacks of 10, because these are being posted on at slightly different prices depending on the stacks that they're matching up against, which is why some of these are not being, these ones are below min price, whereas the only thing that's above min price is this one here. We'll get to that in a moment. So 5 stacks of 1, abyssal healing potion, all seems to be fine, and then it's only the stacks of 5 that are currently in a profit. So if you look at that, the stack of 5 is actually more expensive up here at 414. So we're coming in here at this price, but these other ones, which are stacks of 20 here and the stack of 10 there, are actually too cheap for us to post on, which is why they're coming on at the below minimum price here. So let's go in at this stack of 5. I'm not expecting that to sell, because normally it's the higher stacks that sell for more money, but you never know, someone might go for convenience over price. I know I have done in the past, so let's go with that. Let's post that on, and we'll see how we get on. And then we'll adjust this over time as we work out different potions. Obviously getting the rank 3s and working out the proc rate is going to open up our options immensely, but for now I just wanted to get at least some potions on the market so we could start potentially making some gold. And then not forgetting the daily cooldown, which I think will really help just boost up our stock of anchorweed, which we could either use ourselves or sell. So that's it for now. We've got some potions actually on the market. We've been looking at where we can get the rank 3s, so everything's in hand. We've got our goals set for our next lot, so we really need to just next time is see if we can get those rank 3s. The hardest part is going to get enough time to do those dungeons and hopefully get some drops from there. So I hope you found that useful. If you do have any questions or want to offer any tidbits of advice, please do say so in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Or you can post in my Discord or on Twitter, or catch me when I'm live streaming on a Sunday on Twitch. All the links to those are below. So until next time, happy gold making, and I'll see you very soon.